Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, thanks for joining. Today I'm going to be reviewing RWBY Ice Queendom, so spoiler warning, I will be spoiling RWBY Ice Queendom, and I will be spoiling some of RWBY proper. If you're new to this channel, or you haven't watched a lot, just a little bit about me. I'm a big RWBY fan. I've been watching this show since 2014, religiously, since I was in high school. I'm 23 now, so it's pretty wild. And I've been cosplaying RWBY characters since 2016. So, what is RWBY Ice Queendom? At its base, RWBY Ice Queendom is a love letter to RWBY proper, or RWBY main. It is a 12-episode spin-off anime made by Shaft and focuses on the area of time between RWBY Volume 1 and 2. So, it has not been told whether or not it's officially canon. I mean, it takes place between volumes 1 and 2, so it doesn't really affect the show if it is or if it isn't. It's just kind of a fun little spin-off. And I think it's kind of smart that they did that. And they use Weiss as the main character to explore some of her depth of her family that in RWBY main we don't really start to see until volume 3 and Winter comes in, and then volume 4 when the rest of the Shnees are kind of officially introduced, when Weiss gets taken back to Atlas. Basically, the whole summary of this anime takes place between volumes 1 and 2. Team RWBY, haven't been together that long. Weiss is still a little prickly. She's not team leader. She's feeling kind of some self-doubts. There's a new Grim that's introduced in this anime. It takes over Nightmare. It traps you in this nightmare of your own creation. And while you're in this, it drains your aura and can actually kill you. And so in this anime, Weiss gets infected, and it's Team RWBY's job to save her. Overall score for RWBY Ice Queendom, I give it a 7 out of 10. Good things I liked about it. I like the vibe of it. Of course, I'm nostalgic, and this might be nostalgia talking. I really enjoyed, seeing the Beacon babes and, interacting. Not as trauma-filled. I love where RWBY's going, and I hope they do explore more of the trauma the girls are going through with having to fight, someone who's immortal and their own injuries, and just their own past in general. But just seeing the pure little Beacon kids again made me really happy. The music, I thought the music was really good. I really liked the theme, and I liked the closing music. Episode 11 is just really good. And if you don't watch any other episode, I recommend watching episode 11. The animation was also the best in that episode, throughout the whole episode. And I said, another good thing, feeding us in these trying times. If you don't watch RWBY, we've been on hiatus for over 2 years now, waiting for volume 9. So this scratched the itch a little bit. And I feel like a crack addict saying that. And, it was something different. There were a lot of really weird things, like Klein being a talking door and Whitley being a bat, at which one point RWBY shoots at Whitley, and I love that. But, there were definitely some risks taken, and I think some of it definitely pulled off. I like the big Nicholas statue fight, and some of it was just, okay, why'd you do that? Baby Weiss is being Titans. But, they did try something different, and I respect that. The not-so-great things. The first thing's pacing. There were 12 episodes, and it was really dragged out. They really only had enough content to do probably about 6. I wish they would have, they would have added some other level if they were going to do the full 12. But, it gave me some nice moments, so it is what it is. The animation sometimes was a little janky. I don't really know what happened. There's the one episode where, so John gets a hat from Team Juniper, but there was a panel that even I noticed, and I don't always notice animation flaws, where it was before he got the hat. There was a couple panels where he had the hat, and then it would just go away because he wasn't supposed to have it. Just some sloppy stuff like that I was a little whoa, what's going on here? And episode 10 was a little sloppy, but it ended up being okay because episode 11 was really well done. So that one was fine. Another thing I didn't like was Blake was being used as fan service, especially her Adam outfit. That was yeah, that was a lot of fan service, and I think she had the most. I mean, obviously Yang's volume 1 through 3 look is kind of more fan servicey, but then, you know, they took that away in the Nightmare, which I really respected. And then there's a scene that Ozpin asked to talk to RWBY and Blake. Ozpin talking to RWBY made sense because he wanted to see if she realized she could use her silver eyes. Okay, it makes sense. RWBY, of course, has no recollection of it, because I mean, it's way too early. But his talk with Blake, I didn't like. He's like threatening her, and it's like, dude, it felt really unnecessary because Blake's clearly proved by this point that, you know, she's just there. And also, the White Fang's not Ozpin's biggest threat. We know this if you've watched RWBY Main. Salem is, or you could even say Ironwood is, or at this point, Roman Torchwick. Like, it's not the White Fang. It never was the White Fang. And then, of course, one of the last things that I'll gripe about being a big Yang fan, I didn't like that Yang was reduced to being just RWBY's big sister. And that's all she felt like during the 12 episodes. And it started in the first 3 episodes where RWBY got moments from her trailer, Weiss got moments from her trailer. Obviously, it's Weiss's show. I don't expect the others to have as much as Weiss. It's literally called Ice Queendom. But the other 3, Blake got moments from her trailer. The other 3 got moments from their trailer. And Blake's also makes sense. But instead of giving Yang a moment from her trailer, she's just meeting RWBY, or she's at home with Tai. I would have liked to see Yang punch somebody. That's all I'm saying. I would have liked to have seen You Can Call Me Sir. That's all I'm saying. And then throughout it, it's just, for whatever reason, they made it seem like Yang wouldn't support RWBY being leader, even though in the main show, Yang never really questions RWBY until later on. I mean, in Volume 8, she questions RWBY. It's Volume 8, right? Either Volume 7 or 8, she questions a couple of decisions, and she goes her opposite way to help Mantle instead of, you know, breaking into Atlas. But that doesn't mean she questions RWBY as a leader. And it's, you know, it's really only Weiss in the show that questions RWBY as leader. So the fact that they kind of made that an arc, it wasn't a real arc. Well, it's kind of a character arc. Was interesting, and then most of her dialogue was like, "I trust you, RWBY," and it was like, okay, can Yang have a little more depth, please? I like that she's not the eye candy anymore, but can we, like, I don't know, give her something? But anyway, enough of my griping. Overall, I'd say go watch it. It was a lot of fun. It fed me in these trying times of the RWBY hiatus, and it made me even more excited for Volume 9, which comes out early 2023. I'm hoping January. Please. And you know, the dub releases on Sunday, and I will be watching it, and I'm really excited to watch it. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below if you want to talk more RWBY. I'm totally down. I love RWBY. What did you think of RWBY Ice Queendom if you watched it? Is there any other shows that I should watch and review next? Let me know. Until then, see ya.